Hey, what's up? Hello. Welcome back to my channel and all those things of that nature. Um, I'm here today because we we gotta talk. And what we gotta talk about is Mr. Kingston Whitfield on today. Today, February the 11th, is actually the 3-year anniversary of the King of Hearts compilation. And it's so crazy because NT Up has just been like, it's just been coming at me from all sides lately. Because the 5 year, 6 year, 5 year, 4 year, 4 year, I don't know, child. The anniversary of Anti Up was like a little bit ago. And today is, like I said, the 3-year anniversary of when I put out that King of Hearts collection, which was revisiting some of, some of the couples that got established in Ante Up in that first book in the High Stakes series. And it's crazy to me because y'all know I love to talk about how I don't go back to characters, I don't revisit characters. And y'all have also heard me talk about how I did not want to write a Kingston Whitfield. I wasn't trying to hear about Kingston Whitfield. Like, don't, like, not, But when I think about it, he's not necessarily the character that I have, that I have mentioned the most in other projects. But Asha, his heroine, is the heroine who I've gotten back into her head the most. So we have the Kingston Whitfield that we were introduced to in Ante Up. He makes his mark, in this spectacular way. This video is gonna have spoilers. He makes his mark in this spectacular way. He approaches her after she's beaten him at poker. She's taking his money at poker, and then they have this one night stand, and he leaves her with this, with this spa voucher, and it's just on and on from there. This thing between them where she is not really interested in this, but he is supremely interested. And so he pursues her, and he's just like right there in her face at every point, even while he's trying to convince himself that he doesn't want her. He's just right there in her face at all times while she's like, But they go through what they go through in Ante Up. And then we come to the King of Hearts compilation, where it's a year has passed since the events of Ante Up. And we see where they have come since then. And not only where they have come, but where they individually, like we see where they've come kind of as a couple, still not quite a couple, still kind of fighting this thing between them. And then we see, like I said, where they are with it individually. Even though we don't get inside of Kingston's head, we can see from Asha's point of view how she's just still so frustrated by her feelings for him, still so frustrated by this protective and what she sees as controlling nature of his, but throughout, because he has purchased this condo for her. And she, in the back of her mind, she's like, okay, this is some way to control me. This is some way to, she sees it as nefarious, even though that's not his intent. And it takes him insulting her by telling her he loves her, like him being the one to say these words first. It takes that to really snap her into a different frame of mind. And we realize that, wait a minute, she loves him too. And not only does she love him too, she's carrying his child. And it's like this, it's like this breakdown of everything that she had. And so I said this is about Kingston, but it's not just about, it's really, really so not just about him, but about her too. These completely, they're not completely different people, but they're so changed from this guard that they had to have up and this kind of barrier that they had up from being in love and being vulnerable with someone and just having that connection with someone. And it's just like, my heart. And then from King of Hearts, we go into Deuces and we see Kingston as more of, we see him in the role of a friend because, you know, Deuces is Alicia's book, and we see him in this role of a friend, you know, just snippets of him because the story isn't his and it's not about him, but we get to see some of him, and we see that we see how protective he is of Asha throughout this pregnancy. We see the worry and the concern when she goes into labor, and we see, you know, just we see that first little glimpse of how he is as a father. Once Asha has the baby, she has the baby in the course of Deuces Wild, and we get to see him through Alicia's eyes, and she's teasing him, but he loves it. He loves this role of being a father and being a husband. And we never do see their wedding. Like, I don't think I wrote their wedding anywhere, but beyond that, we fast forward some years and we get to this Heights holiday compilation, and it opens with him as a father through Asha's eyes, and she's talking about just how this whole thing, you know, has required the death of who she used to be. And it's just so I reread both shorts this morning. Before I went into this, I reread both shorts this morning. And just seeing that transition from how irritated she was in King of Hearts, you know, with the fact that he loved her and the fact that he wanted to take care of her. He wanted her to be protected, to how she's now accepted that role and she loves that role. Like she loves being under King's protection. She loves being the object of his love and his desire. And she loves the fact that he reverences her as a mother and as his wife. And there's a point where he's like, you know, I've already married you. I've already put 2 babies in you. There's nothing left for me to threaten you with. And I really, really love them, which I always loved Asha. Like, Asha was this character who, like, she came to me first before Kingston came to me. I knew who Asha was first, and she just struck me, you know, as this, not a damsel in distress, but like so much stronger than she should have to be. And so I knew that there was going to be a requirement of a hero who had the strength that she needed, you know, but also the arrogance and the the arrogance and kind of the drive to be it was going to have to be someone who would be willing to work hard enough and insert himself aggressively enough to let her fall into that role of someone to be protected, like, and let her love herself enough to feel like she should be protected. Like, it's not that she's so weak that she needs protection, but it's that she's so valuable to someone that she deserves protection. And Kingston had to kind of step into that role and be that person. And it's just so much. And it's crazy because I don't know that I even see these things as I'm actually writing them. You know, when I'm writing, it's just a thing of, let me tell the story to the absolute best of my ability. Like, let me put these characters out there and let me, you know, let me, please, like, I just want to flesh them out and I want to fill them out, and everything that they're giving me, I want to be able to put these things on the page. But then you go back to it and you see these things and I'm just like, wow. know if I can take credit. It's like, I want to say like, man, I'm good at this. But, you know, I don't know, because again, it's not like I'm really just, as I'm writing and as I'm going through this process, I'm literally just like, please let me do this to the best of my ability. Let me do this the best that I can. And it feels like, I don't know, it's like it's almost subconscious. Like, let me just give it my all, and hopefully it's gonna work out, and hopefully people are gonna like it. But then you read it back and it's like, damn, this is really good. Like, this is really, really good. And I think about all the other things that I've done before in my life, you know, and all the other things that I do in my life. And if there is any one thing that I could say, okay, this feels like what I'm supposed to be doing, like this feels like my God-given gift, it's this, it's these characters, and it's this, it's this. But anyway, like I'm hype. But anyway, Heights Holiday, if you have not read it yet, it's been available through my Shopify store. But now it's on Amazon now. It's on Amazon now. And so if you care to own it on Amazon, or care to, you know, reread it, wanted to read it on your Kindle, or, you know, you weren't with that other method and all of that, and you were just waiting on it to be on Amazon, or if you didn't even know it existed, it is on Amazon now. You can get Ante Up. I marked Ante Up down to $2.99. Maybe by the time this video is live, it will actually have updated. But Ante Up is at $2.99. King of Hearts is at like 99 cents anyway. I think it's always 99 cents. And Heights Holiday is $1.49. I would have done 99 cents, but it was $1.49 on my website. And so I was like, well, I'm not gonna put it on Amazon for less. And it's short. It's short. It really is short, but it's so full. And I haven't even gotten into like Alicia and Cree, who are there, Zora and Trey, who we get a catch up with. And it's worth your $1.49. I would definitely say that, especially if you are already a fan of the High Stakes series. So that's all I got for today. I know I haven't done one of these backlist videos in a while, and so I think this is a good way to come back to that on the anniversary of the 3-year anniversary of that High Stakes series, of the not the High Stakes series, well, of the check-in with the High Stakes series of the King of Hearts collection, which was a Valentine's Day collection. That's the other thing, like all the stories center around Valentine's Day. So there's that, but I'll holla.